Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. I know it's a little warm, but come on and gather up here. We're going to be very brief with remarks, and then we're going to get to driving. So much fun. So Florida is on the front lines for the impact of climate change. We are feeling the heat, and we're paying the price. Sea levels are up. 100-year hurricanes are happening every 10 years, and we're looking at a 100-degree heat index nearly half the year if we don't get emissions under control. And that's putting our public health at risk. So the good news is, and that's why we are here today, is there are solutions at hand, and electric vehicles are among them. EVs are central to reducing the dangerous carbon pollution warming the planet, and they will also save Floridians money. I am privileged today to be here with 4 leaders who are out in front on this challenge. You will hear from each of them, and then my colleague Dory Larson from our Southern Alliance for Clean Energy EV Guru is going to follow that up with a couple more solutions that we're bringing to the community. So before we bring Congressman Crist up, I just wanted to thank the Palladium for all their help in setting this up. What an amazing venue and a treasure for our community. And also the Pinellas Suncoast Transit Authority for bringing that awesome electric bus that's in the parking lot over there. Brad, thank you, and Whitney, very much. It's one of 2 all-electric buses currently in use. There are 4 more that are planned to hit the streets in 2020, and we're planning for even more electric buses after that. So with that, I'd like to turn it over to Congressman Charlie Crist. He has been fighting to protect our beaches and for consumers, and was out in front on global climate change before it was fashionable. So we're very pleased to have you here today.
Good morning. And Susan, thank you very much for your leadership. We all owe you a great debt of gratitude for the work that you've put in for so long. And this is about partnerships. You know, we have St. Petersburg's mayor, my friend Rick Kriseman, the mayor of Largo, Mayor Woody, as I call him, and so many other people here, Janet Long from the County Commission. But it really is a collaboration. That's what makes these things work. And celebrating electric vehicles is a very important thing for all of us to do. We're in the Sunshine City, as the mayor is fond of saying. We're also in the Sunshine State. So we ought to be talking about solar energy as well. There's so many things that we can do to combat climate change. And we all have a responsibility to contribute to that as much as we possibly can. I'm proud in the United States House of Representatives to be sponsoring legislation to extend the tax credit for solar energy to 10 years. We need to keep doing those kinds of things because so much of the problem we have with pollution comes from our vehicles. So one of the greatest ways that we can stem the tide of that is to have more electric vehicles. Ken Welch, forgive me for missing you, my friend on the County Commission too. But God bless you all for being here. Let's enjoy a nice ride soon. Thank you again, Susan.
To Commissioner Welch, thank you for being here. With that sun, I couldn't see anybody there. Am I missing any other elected officials? We did have a commissioner from Largo here as well. Great. Oh, and Mayor Dudley's here as well. Fantastic. Great. And next we're going to hear from Rick Kriseman. He's the 53rd mayor of St. Petersburg. He spent 6 years in the Florida House of Representatives, 6 years on the St. Pete City Council, and as mayor he leads more than 3,000 employees and cares for about 260,000 residents. St. Pete was named one of the top places in the world to visit by the New York Times and one of the 20 best places to live by Southern Living. And he makes this place better every day. He's now a Bloomberg Challenge City, and with the help of his terrific staff, Sharon Wright's here somewhere, St. Petersburg has an integrated sustainability action plan, and they are a leader in our region.
Thank you, Susan. And during my time that I served in the House, I spent several years as the ranking Democrat on the Committee on Energy and Utilities until I was removed from that committee for filing a bill to try and prevent drilling off our shore. Imagine that. It is a really pleasure to be here today. You know, as a city, we are especially proud of our partnerships and opportunities to collaborate with organizations in and around the Tampa Bay area, and I can't think of a better organization to collaborate with than the Southern Alliance, or Southern Alliance for Clean Energy. So we thank you for that, and especially on something like this, Driving on Sunshine campaign and this roadshow. You know, as was mentioned, we are fortunate in St. Pete to have been one of 25 cities recognized by Bloomberg Philanthropies as a recipient of the American Climate Cities Challenge Award. And our focus is in trying to reduce our carbon footprint is really on two things. It's on buildings, but it's also on transit and transportation. And so what's one of the easiest ways that you can have an impact on reducing your carbon footprint? It's to get out of a gas-guzzling vehicle and to get into something like this. So we're excited to be here today to help offer real test drive experiences for our residents. Over this next year, we encourage people to take advantage of every opportunity that you have to experience what it's like to drive one of these things. And I think once you've driven one, you're going to get hooked, and you're going to want to have an electric vehicle, not only because it's fun to drive, but also because of the impact it can have on our community. So, you know, it's providing education, providing infrastructure for our electric vehicles. It really does align with our city's goal for a healthy St. Pete, but also for our commitment to becoming 100% clean energy and our transition of our own fleet to that of being a green fleet over the next coming years. So please come out to these events when you have an opportunity. Learn more about this technology and how you can get involved and own some of this technology for yourself, and you yourself, every individual in this community, how you can have a difference in helping us become 100% clean and helping us reduce our CO2 emissions. So thank you all so much.
And next we're going to hear from Pinellas County Commissioner Janet Long. Janet Long has been in the political process for many, many years, and I could tick off all her accomplishments from the Seminole City Council to the House of Representatives, the current chair of the Pinellas Suncoast Transit Authority, and as chair last year of the Tampa Bay Regional Planning Council, she initiated the Tampa Bay Regional Resiliency Coalition that brought together 28 local governments to come around planning for climate and energy. So she is amazing. But maybe the most amazing is this weekend she celebrated her 40th wedding anniversary with her husband Richard. And they are a family of public servants. He's a retired officer with the Seminole Fire Department. Her daughter's a nurse. Her oldest son was a U.S. Army captain, and now in the police department, as is her daughter-in-law. So she is a true public servant. We need more of them. So with that, I give you Janet Long.
Okay, and one very important thing, it wasn't 40 years, it was 41. And my husband would be very proud that I corrected the record. With that said, hey, could we find a better place in the entire world to launch a campaign called Driving on Sunshine? That is so exciting. I want you to know that there are already over 3,500 plug-in electric vehicles in Pinellas County, and that's almost 9% of the EVs on the road today. Wow. My commitment to all of you is to ensure that our fleet at Pinellas County government has 100% renewable electric vehicles moving into the future. And we are already starting on that goal. Thank you. We are already starting on that goal at PSTA. As chair of the Pinellas Suncoast Transit Authority, we now have our magnificent electric vehicles. One of them is in the parking lot. I hope you'll take an opportunity to ride on it. It's incredible. And we are going to move our fleet in that direction in county government and with Pinellas County Transit Authority. And we won't take 100 years to get it done. Yay, Brad! So thank you all for being here. I hope you'll take advantage of the opportunity to test drive some of these vehicles, find out how fabulous they are. My personal goal is to make sure that my next car is a Tesla. It's incredible. Thank you so much.
And next we're going to hear from Mayor Woody Brown from Largo, who grew up in Indian Rocks Beach. I wasn't born there, but I kind of grew up there too. He was elected as a Largo Commissioner in 2007 and an elected mayor in 2014. And in 2016, he also chaired the Tampa Bay Regional Planning Council, and that's important because that's people who are thinking regionally, and that's what our community really needs. Largo, like the city of St. Petersburg, has committed to a 100% renewable energy goal, and they are working their way there with a Largo Environmental Action Plan to renew the natural environment and ensure sustainability for generations. Sustainability is now a primary focus area for Largo's strategic plan. So, Mayor Brown.
None of this is built for me, so I apologize. I just wanted to brag a little bit about some of the cool things that Largo is doing. We're committed to building a sustainable Largo, and we're leading the charge, pun intended, on our electric fleet. We have committed to a 100% alternative fuel light-duty fleet by 2030. We just changed our default vehicle for any light-duty cars that are purchased or small SUVs that are purchased by the city of Largo. The first option is going to be a hybrid. Soon it will be a total electric instead of a gas vehicle. If you need a gas vehicle and you're driving in a City of Largo vehicle, you're going to have to prove to us that it needs to be a fuel vehicle at this point. Largo is a proud partner with nonprofits as we work to rethink the way that we use the grid, including the Southern Alliance for Clean Energy and the Sierra Club. We've also had wonderful collaborations with Duke Energy. We have 7 new charging stations in the City of Largo in the last year. Our goal is to have 10 by 2025. I think we're going to get there. One of those electric charging stations is one of the fast ones in Largo Central Park that charges. I'm not sure exactly how long it takes, but I know that
about an hour.
About an hour to fully charge your car. The best part about this is that through the partnership with Duke Energy, we're able to provide them free of charge. The City of Largo pays for the electric in those for our residents to use them. So it's free for our residents to use. All of these efforts support the city's Ready for 100 commitment, where we join the City of St. Petersburg, the City of Safety Harbor, and the City of Dunedin to transition to 100% renewable energy